Connor, you want to comment on this?
Work!
Work?
Work!
Did anybody see Bill's calves for the first time during the game? Maybe that's what's... Tell everybody they saw Bill's calves for the first time.
Oh, that's great. Work! There he is!
Hurry up, work!
Alright, so in Colorado we always played this, I've never played it anywhere else, but this coup game. It's like a Swedish lawn game, and it gets very competitive between the athletes. And one year, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, it was me and Paul Eplin versus Josh Nielsen and Ian Eklund, and they were both kind of like the studs on the team, and Paul and I were kind of like moving up but not that good yet, and so they're like, oh, we're gonna demolish them. And it comes down where we're playing this coup game. It's like 2 or 3 hours at the campsite. The dads are lined up watching it. Everyone's like going down to the last stick. Basically, you like throw sticks at other sticks. It's very complicated. In the end, we decided, we're like, okay, we gotta make a wager on this game. And so we decided like the loser's going to have to like take a lap around the campsite at midnight with no clothes on, right? For dumb bets. And so we're like, okay, this is gonna be super fun. Eventually, Bill learns of this bet, and of course, we're super into this game because we don't want to lose. And so both teams are getting angry at each other, and I mean, honestly, we're losing a little bit of the sportsmanship. And so Bill just gets more mad than I've ever seen him before. And he says, all right, guys, like if you guys can't act as a team, like we're all going in the river right now. And he pulls up his jeans, and it's the only time I've seen your legs, Bill. Yeah. And we all go in the river as a team, and he's like, hey, we're gonna win or lose as a team. And I mean, at the time it was like a funny thing, but it really like left an imprint on us, because it was like, the team's more important than any dumb, like, individual rivalry. So it was cool. Kind of.
Any other unofficial off-the-radar traditions that anyone would like to share?
T12 challenge.
What's that?
Tremendous 12 challenge.
Tremendous 12 challenge.
I was class of 2010, and we heard about this fabled T12 challenge. If anybody's not familiar with the T12, there's a meal at Perkins called the T12, and consists of various breakfast foods and equals 12, whatever, like 3 eggs and some, I don't know. Anyway, it's food. It's very big, and the challenge is to eat 2 of them and then run a mile as fast as possible. And my class decided to bring it back. I won't name the track that we went to. It was not the Wayzata one because we knew that we were gonna probably puke a little bit. It was a good time.
All right, I just remembered one too. So on the Colorado trips, Bill had a policy that we weren't allowed to, well, generally when we were out driving, we'd all play our Game Boys and play Pokemon on the trip. And Bill told us we couldn't play our Game Boys on the mountain. So I decided that I was going to carry my Game Boy up to the summit and play it. Basically, when we got back down to base camp and Bill found out about it, he wasn't too happy, and an epic wrestling match ensued. I was the little outmatched.
I won!
There's some graphic pictures of it around too.
Did you guys do the banner relays? No? I don't know how long it lasted. Rock Step on 2001. I don't know how long this tradition lasted. For sure, my duration, it was over 4 years, I think. But I was the first class through this high school, and we blessed the new track and the very high gates around the track with midnight banana relays. It consisted of spikes, bananas, and nothing else, and epic 4x4s. And I don't know why that really gets. I really feel like it gets to just the root of running, and just like we're primal. We just got to get out and run with the banana. And it was to this day one of the most euphoric times running, actually. Yeah, it was killing our business.
It is apparent why I have little hair left, and the hair I do is gray. And I knew of none of these.
And we should probably apologize to Pop for all the young ears that are thinking, we gotta do that now.
Jamie Sherwood's and selling cameras on the press box, so no more of that.
All right, we're going to transition here. There was a request that if anybody wanted to send in comments or letters for what Bill and the experience of being one of his athletes meant to you, to feel free to shoot them in. And it was overwhelming, Bill. We have 45, 46 pages of letters, of sentiments, and there was a common theme among many of them. It was, man, this was hard to write. How do you put into words what somebody who had such a profound impact on your life meant to you? So this book is for you, but we're going to actually highlight, have some 2 or 3 of them read that really kind of, we thought, got to the core of what it meant to run for Bill Miles. So this one's for you. We're going to, is Doug
Doug DeSanto, are you here? Class of '88. I'm going to read his letter for him. Dear Billy Ray Miles, I have a fond memory when I was a teammate of yours, your cross-country team in 1988. I recall asking you for a home remedy for the intense itch in my nethers, which was a common malady that many of us runners could suffer from at any given time during the running season. You told me, Dougie, you need to get a bowl, a paintbrush, Bisquick, a sprig of rosemary, dried oregano, 4 cloves of garlic, and lastly, some Italian breadcrumbs. Place these ingredients in a bowl and drizzle liberally with olive oil. Then, apply this mixture to your affected area with a paintbrush. Then, you told me, it might not cure your jock itch. However, the runners on the girls' cross-country team will think you actually have a job at an Italian restaurant, and you might even get a date. He said, thanks, Billy Ray, thanks for all the great memories. You had a beard even before it was cool. Cheers. Yours in running, Doug DeSanto, 86, 87, 88, cross-country, and track.
Dear Billy Ray Miles, in August of 1982, just before I started high school, I got a call from some guy named Bill Miles who asked me to join the cross-country team. No one had ever asked me to join their team before. That phone call changed the trajectory of my life. But he instilled me about hard work and discipline, helped make me the person I am today. I reported to my first day of practice and displayed absolutely no natural ability. That didn't matter to you. You weren't looking for talent. You were looking for guys who could be inspired to work hard and make themselves into runners. You see potential in people who don't realize they have it, and you helped me find mine. The message was simple. Want to be good? Then work harder than the other guy. Put in the miles, run during the off season, be consistent. Every day is a chance to become a better runner. We never lacked for support from you. At meets, we could hear your booming voice yelling encouragement like, fast and relaxed, and beautiful, beautiful. You set up lockers for anyone who wanted to run during the winter. We went to winter track meets at the U of M's dirt indoor track, dubbed the Dust Bowl. We had training camps at Whitewater State Park. You encouraged us to dream big dreams. At meets, we learned to conduct ourselves with dignity and respect. On the days of the finish line, turn around and cheer on your teammates until they're all in. Warm up together as a team. Cool down together as a team. And stay off the playground equipment. That was a long bus ride home. You taught us to be tough. We ran in everything. 20 below zero, just put another layer and went out for a run. we came back covered in frost. Snow, rain, heat, before dawn, didn't matter. 5-mile run, let's make it 7. Friends, family, and neighbors thought we were crazy. They didn't recognize it was obvious to us that those were all opportunities to get better. Success came for me, times dropped, I moved up in the results. Eventually I found myself running varsity. The only 2 people who weren't all that surprised were me and you. I believed in me because you believed in me. 33 years after that phone call, I'm still a runner. Neighbors, friends, and people I work with think I'm a talented runner. I'm not talented, I just know how to work hard. You instilled that in me. You've been my coach, my mentor, and my friend. I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. Yours in running, Tony Castor.
Danny Gerber in the house.
Dear Billy Ray Miles, sorry. How can one say how much you meant to me? My family, Wayzata and Cretan, and the Minnesota running community. I know that you have been receiving praise and accolades for a long time and will receive others for years to come. Knowing you, you will deflect the praise put upon you by your fellow coaches and the athletes, but you deserve the praise that is given to you, Bill. My brother Josh and I often talk about how our great experiences and coaches in college were, but it's still never compared to Wayzata, and how we would love to be coached by you once again. Whenever I go to an event and I hear your voice shouting, "Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful," it brings a smile to my face. You help inspire and motivate so many runners, students, parents, and community members to be the best they can be. Of all the lessons you taught in the classroom, on the track, and in life, there are 2 that I live by every day of my life and try to pass on to others. The first is that at the end of the day, if we can honestly tell ourselves that we did the best we could, then we should be satisfied with that effort. Yes, we may want to have done better and we will strive for better, but there is no shame in doing the best you can do. The second is that you always said on the bus ride after the lefty right meet at Bassett Creek, if we have pursuits that we truly love, follow them. Do the best we can do to be the best we can be at them. I live by these every day. Bill, you've been such a positive influence on my life that I can only wish to be or to do as good in this world as you have. Enjoy retirement. You earned it. Now go out and enjoy it.